Look who's rolling up. You won't be needing that bike.
No?
All right.
I bought it just in case.
You bringing your flats? Look at that. She's so prepared.
These are obviously brand new, and I've never worn
Oh, we got to break them in. She's got baggies.
Yep.
What?
Got my t-shirt on, ready to go.
Pop quiz. Tire pressure. What should we have the dirt jumper at?
Oh my God. Okay, so mountain bike for me would be 17 or 18 in the front and 20 in the back. Okay, I'm gonna guess. I would say 40 PSI.
Okay, so that's the max tire pressure for most mountain bike tires. For dirt jumpers, we want to run 50 to 60, something like that, just so that we don't get a pinch flat and so that we can keep a bunch of speed. And you also notice I got my seat way down out of the way, and that's literally the reason why. So it's out of the way, and because we're not going to be doing a bunch of pedaling.
I look retarded.
So why do you want to learn how to ride this thing?
I've never ridden any bike with flats ever.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, so like literally from the first minute that I ever started riding a bike, I was clipped in, which is weird because most people don't do that. So the first mountain bike I ever got in was clipped. Never ridden with flats ever. And now as I've progressed as more of an XC rider and can ride, the majority of trails that I come across nowadays, I've now started to jump, a load of fun because it's like something completely new. However, I've had some incidents with crashes. I know one time like I pulled up with my feet and it basically bucked me over the bike, which is, I have heard is a bad habit that people do that clip in, but I don't know enough because I don't ride with flats.
It makes sense that you ride clipless because you have that pedaling efficiency over long rides. Like, what's the average ride during a race that you're riding nowadays?
I'd say like 18 miles, maybe 15 to 20 miles normally for an XC. Although right now we're in endurance season, so it's been like 55 to 70. Yeah,
so pedaling efficiency is pretty important for those types of races. But yeah, learning jumps, having the ability to bail with flats, as well as just developing good habits.
And to be honest, like I have quite a few friends that are either like ex-professionals or still professionals, and they have all suggested, and pretty much anybody that does jumps has suggested that I should ride with flats, but it's basically like I'm gonna have to go back to the beginning and I don't know how to ride, so I've been kind of putting it off and putting it off. But like if everybody, and especially people that are really experienced, tell you, hey, you should do it this way, if you're just gonna ignore it, everybody, that's kind of silly. So I've been wanting to, and really to build my skills.
All right, we're gonna do it. So when I first got my dirt jumper, I was running Tubeless. And basically I was just copying what Matt Jones' setup was because I didn't know, and I just figured I'll do whatever he did. It was great because it was light, but there was a couple issues. Most people run Tubeless because they want to run lower tire pressures. So when you run them at such high tire pressures, you end up having to pump it up like 30 PSI every time you take it out, so that was annoying. Also didn't plug the hole when I actually got a puncture, so also kind of annoying. If you want the lightweight, I got these, they're called Tubolito tubes, which are like 4 times lighter than normal tubes.
Ta-da!
Her only shinner was literally when we were just talking about doing this video, and she was like, oh, let me just ride it around, and she was wearing clipless shoes at the time, and that was lesson 1 right there, wear flats with flat pedals. And then lesson 2 was wear some sort of knee and shin protection. So she's already learning. I don't want Kelly to completely hate riding this, so we're just gonna start real slow. I just want you to pedal around the parking lot, get a feel. Literally first time riding flat pedals here.
To me, this feels like nothing. There's only one brake, so that is a good thing because
you might find yourself grabbing for the front, and it's not gonna be there.
No, but this is my rear brake on my bike.
Oh, so you literally run it the other way.
I'm reverse, like moto style, but that's how they do it in England, and that's how I grew up.
Oh, is this going to really mess you up?
No, because there's only one brake, so I know that. My brain knows that. But for me, normally that would be you know, hard work.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure my feet
She's
stick.
like trying to lock in.
Oh, it's not clicking in.
What's going on? Your bike's broken.
Okay, off I go. It feels very little.
Little track stand. What were you saying? As soon as you start moving what?
Like, I feel like my feet are just gonna fly right off the pedals. It feels really weird. Like, I'm putting my foot on the pedal and I'm expecting to feel like it's a bit more like secure, but it still moves. And I guess my question is, like, how does it feel with your foot on the pedal? Like, should it feel like it's sticking, or is it just like, oh, it's not sliding around?
It's not gonna feel like sticking, not like clipped in. It's more like, as long as you're not sliding around,
Yeah.
that's what it should feel like.
Okay. I guess I was kind of feeling like it should be almost like a sticky glue, like on your foot, you know?
Right.
But it's not.
Nope. Another way to get a really good feel for the bike is just like hopping around a little bit. Like, just practice like small bunny hops, kind of get the feel for the geometry of the bike, which is way different than your trail bike.
Right.
You know, you don't have to try to boost anything big, just like
There'll be no boosting of anything big, okay?
just like get a feel for it.
I don't even know how to lift the rear up with this. I can't even bunny hop, period. See my feet?
Basics of bunny hop is going to be in one motion. You're not just pulling with your arms up. It's not this. It's going to be more pulling back and sort of pushing forward with your feet. And then once you got that momentum, you're springing up like a pogo stick, like you're jumping up and then you're leveling out the bike in the air.
I don't think I know how to bunny hop.
And here's where it becomes important to wear those shin protection.
Right.
Because if your foot lands right here, boom, and all the weight goes on your other foot, that's how you get your shinners.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna pull up. I feel like my feet are gonna fly off the pedal.
Maybe that's the first step, is not worrying about getting the bike in the air, but instead just lifting that front wheel and like getting that feel first.
Okay. I saw your feet scoop like you were pulling up, but like your feet scoop forward, right?
A lot of people talk about that, scooping their feet, but I don't really think about it.
So you're lifting this,
Yep,
right?
yep.
But then when you pull up, then you're...
Make sure you're not just using your arms to do that, like you're using your whole body. Yep. And that's actually good. That's good because you want to feel comfortable looping out. Like, it's
Right.
okay to loop out and you're not going to die. That's the wonderful thing about flats.
And
is-
when I've been trying to practice wheelies on my mountain bike, I'm clipped in and I've looped out and landed on my arse many times because I can't unclip. Still not like getting how you're doing now the next part.
Okay, so the next part, when you're lifting, right as you're getting to the peak of your lift,
It's your pull up, right?
that's when you essentially jump straight up. Okay, so
So
you're pulling back, and when you get close to the apex of your pulling back, that's when I kind of jump up. That's how I think of it.
I saw you doing it, but it's not clicking up here at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's not. This is the first 5 minutes of you riding flats. So.
I want to do it right away. What are you talking about? Like, I don't even know how you pogo stick the bike up with no. You know what I mean?
You ever see people ollie on a skateboard?
Yeah.
So they pop the back and then they slide their front foot up on the grip tape to kind of drag it up. So it's like you're not attached, you're just creating this motion that allows you to get into the air without lifting your clipped in feet.
Totally perplexed. I gotta think about this.
bunny hops is probably one of the best way to get a feel for the bike and how to get used to riding flats. And then the next thing is right along those lines, which is trying a manual. It's a great way to get a feel for the bike. So that's another thing that you could practice at home. And now I think we should have a little fun. We should go to the pump track. And I'm actually super excited because you're gonna feel like so much more efficiency in your pumping. Like you're gonna feel like super fast and efficient. And so I do. I have high hopes.
I'm thinking that hopefully it'll be better, but I still feel like I'm gonna be like with my feet. I just like my feet are so used to going up. It's crazy.
Dropping in for the first time.
I don't like this corner. It goes super fast. So much faster. Like it went so fast around the corner, and then I realized, like I went to grab my brake. This is my back brake.
Oh man, that would mess me up so much.
But I got really high on the berm over there. Did you see it? And I literally thought I was gonna go over the other side, but it's really fast.
Right? Did it feel good? Did it feel weird?
Really good. I still felt a little dodgy on the placement of my left foot was a little bit further back than I would have liked, but I didn't dare move it once I was already going.
And you kind of like letting your heels drop just a little bit?
I was trying to, yes. I feel like there's a bit more movement in the lower part of your body as opposed to you really don't have to do anything up here. Does that make sense?
Yes, you're right. You don't need to, but I think it's okay to pump a little bit with your upper body too. I think basically you're used to like riding this low tire pressure with rear suspension.
Right,
it's sucking
and
up all your
really push and like really use the entire bike to be able to actually be efficient through here, and it's hard work.
Right,
whereas
so you don't need to do that, but if you wanted to, you could do that same thing and just go even faster.
Right. It felt pretty good though.
Sick.
Did it look okay?
Yeah, it looked good.
Should I try again?
Yeah.
It literally is like petrifying when you go around a corner, because it's like all that safety of my feet being in one spot is gone. And then I don't even have two brakes. And I'm like, ah! Oh my God. It's thrilling.
But you looked centered and in control and well balanced. So it looked like you were getting a good feel for it.
It felt much easier to pump through the pump track on this thing.
Yeah, you could fly, right?
I could, can we put clips on here? But like sometimes, if I maybe like was lifting up a little bit, then my foot would move, and I'm like, then it would scare me.
Action. We're here at the jump line, and we moved from the pump track. Kelly wants to see if she can hit a few jumps here.
I think I'm gonna roll over them. I don't think there'll be any hitting of the jumps.
Okay.
Because I, quite frankly, think I may kill myself, but I will give it a whirl.
I think that's a good place to start. Get a feel for it.
No, I don't like that at all. Impressions are my feet fly straight off the pedals as soon as it hits anything.
Instead of trying to pull up, just like let your feet come up with the bike, if that makes sense.
Right. I still think there's something wrong with these shoes.
The rubber is a little bit harder, so it might be a little bit more slippy. So that's possible. Better. You actually caught air on that one.
It felt like I had a little bit, if my feet stayed a bit more planted, I think I'd be totally fine. But it's like they move and then I get like freaked out. It's super weird.
What?
Freaking go tell it.
Yes!
What just happened there?
I have no idea!
When you're a pro, you're a pro. That's
What?
Right.
Dude, that was so crazy. That was fun. And I really felt accomplished then. Like, that was like a big deal.
You ought to. And you know, you do have like a lot of muscle memory already just from hitting the right line on your trail bike. So.
Right. So that time I was like actually manipulating. So I was pulling up the bike and I was pushing down the bike. Pulling up the bike. So that kind of clicked, I think.
Good, good. Nice.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I felt okay. It's like moving with the bike. So like, it's a new feeling for me.
You have to be one with the bike.
Right, which is why everybody's always said to like anybody that's good, like learn in flats because like it really amps up your riding skills. So like it's a whole different ball game, but I feel it. I feel it.
She feeling it.
Oh, you got it over. There you go, there you go.
Oi.
Ooh.
Is that a good save?
You got a little shinner there, huh? Day one.
Well, we knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, it happens.
So I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh, ouch.
It's all right, we'll just cover it up.
There you go.
So I think,
I like that solution.
I guess my foot must have just slipped off the thing completely.
That's what usually happens. Slips off and then it swings around and hits your shin.
Right.
Okay, look at that attitude. Getting right back on it. This is the one she needs redemption on, so I'll stand here. There it is. I think that was a good redemption run.
Never like not go right again when you hurt yourself. Well, not that it really hurt, but like you gotta do it right away again.
Right, just so it doesn't become a big mental block.
Exactly.
If you're physically able to.
Exactly. Like obviously if you're really hurt, then go get medical attention. Yep. I feel like I'm getting worse.
I was gonna ask you, how did that feel? It
Terrible.
Okay, why?
Well, it got really windy all of a sudden, so then it threw me off a little bit.
Okay.
But I just didn't feel in control at all then. But I still felt them come up about like maybe like just a hair.
That's gonna be a tough habit to break.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough habit to break.
So then I felt my feet weren't planted very well for the last one, which is why I slowed it down on there. Because I feel like hitting it if you're not planted is a bad idea.
Probably right assumption there. Day freaking one. Like let's reflect. From 2 hours ago, she had never ridden flats, and now she's clearing the entire, getting close to clearing the entire left side of the jump line. I think that's pretty freaking good for day one.
I think that's pretty good for day one, and actually about 100 times better than I thought it was going to be, because to be honest, I really truly thought that I would just be able to kind of roll and start to get a feel. There's no way in hell, starting off in the parking lot, I thought that I would be able to actually lift the bike off the ground, clear something, land it without like killing myself.
You killed it.
What?
Good job.
Thank you, Tyler, for teaching me.
Hey, you're
and
the
for your
talent
bike.
here. Yeah, you're welcome. She nice. I was asking Kelly to retry the bunny hop after the jump line, see if that helps with the motion of a bunny hop. There you go. Shoot. Okay.
Hey, that was like 2.
That's progress right there.
Did you see that?
I saw it. In one freaking day. Everybody saw it.
I literally can't believe that. Dude, what?
So it literally helped just kind of recreating that feel of the jump line on the street.
It gave me the principle of just sticking with the bike, I guess, if that makes sense.
Like that whole bunny hop motion.
Yeah.
It kind of...
Because on the jump line, I was like pulling and pushing, so it was kind of like that feeling. Like, I can't believe I just did that.
You did. You learned a bunny hop.
2 hours ago, zero concept of how I would even begin to be able to lift the back wheel up. And I know it's only tiny, but...
That's freaking progress, though.
Right?
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm so excited right now.
Good job.
Dude, I'm going to be in the street doing bunny hops all day.
Yeah.